Hello, hello. Hello. Testing, testing. Am I muted? Am I muted? You know, you guys don't have the right to mute me. Hello, everyone. And welcome to Sunday stream in a really warm day in Tijuana. It's kinda hot right now, I'm not gonna lie. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Katie, Michael. How's everyone doing today? Dun, 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 dun. So, what would you guys like to see today? Monday. So you are in Australia? 95 degrees in Georgia. That's hot. Right now, let's check on the weather app. Weather. In Tijuana right now. Hello, Miss Washington. 76. 76 degrees. How's the week is 76 tomorrow, 74, 74, 77. So it's gonna be hot all week. 94 degrees in Washington. Hello, Frasar. That's hot. Yeah. I mean, you guys are hotter than me. Oh, the Euro final was already did that already happen? Who won? Eurocopa. Oh, Spain. Let's go. The motherland won. Nice. Like I'm from Mexico, so they are I know Spanish because the Spain people came and took over us, so por eso hablamos español. Pero it's good. I mean, England has been struggling lately. They've been getting far into some competitions. Um okay. And who's gonna win the Copa America? I believe Argentina is winning Copa America. So that's today in 2.5 hours. It's 3 a.m. and 82 degrees. Ah, Jesus. Raining in Texas, Phyllis. Good afternoon. Hello. So where is 3 a.m. right now? Where is 3 a.m. in the world? Uh, I don't know how to read this. Tanksket? Kathmandu? I don't know. That's a lot of hours. That's like 12 hours. Oh, wait. 12 hours from me. That's from Pakistan, India. I know because I have a friend that is from Pakistan, so I know that I'm 12 hours away from him. So maybe in that area. All right, hello, Warren. What would you guys like to see today? India, yeah. I knew it. I knew that was. I know my time regions. Because of my friend, my longtime friend, Atif. Um, nice. It's really that's one of the things that that I find really awesome of having this channel, that I can talk with people from all around the world. I mean, like, I have viewers from India, I have viewers from London, I have viewers from Australia, I have viewers from the United States, Canada. I even had, there's in my analytics, it shows that someone watches my videos with Japanese subtitles. So I believe someone that speaks Japanese likes to watch my videos. Hello, Bama. Good afternoon. Which is really awesome. Rory wants to come and say hi. Say hi, Rory. Say hi to the people. Hello. Hello. How's it going, everyone? How's it going, everyone? Look at his cutie. Look at this cutie. Hello, Christine. Hey, a viewer from Alabama. Bama from Alabama. Everyone, say hi to Rory. Kolkata, yeah. Yeah, I assume that is. Where is, in what part of India is the Taj Mahal? Something like that? I don't know how to say it in English. Because Lady Jester and I want to see the seven wonders of the New World, and that's one of them. So that will be fun to do. Yeah, I know Christine is in Alaska. I'm gonna be really close to you in a couple of months. I'm going to Vancouver. So I think that's as far as Alaska as I can go. I'm gonna go because of my birthday. I wanna go to Vancouver and get to know all the Canadian folks. I guess we're gonna put something.
I'm glad you're back here, sir.
Oh yes, this is the interrogation.
That's why I kind of figured, but like I said, I didn't see her drink. I'm not gonna sit here and say I saw her drink. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, let's watch this from the beginning. This is
85.
Yeah, I wanna watch all of this.
I'm glad you're back here, sir.
Are you, Your Honor?
I am, sir, actually.
I'm not too sure. Especially when I bring up subject matter jurisdiction.
Agra.
I've ruled on that, sir.
I know, but it hasn't been proven for the record.
If you disagree with my ruling, sir, you can file an appeal.
It has to be proven on the record. Has yet to be proven on the record.
I disagree, sir.
What's your buddy's name? Can we get that? If we gotta talk to
This
him.
is the second part of the interrogation. I want to watch it from the beginning.
Good morning, everyone. I will get
I hate this. I hate how he uses the Bible as a prop. Oh, I don't have air conditioning in this room, but in my bedroom, I do have air conditioning, and it's a life changer. I'm just gonna say that. What else? Oh yeah, I hate this look. Look at this. She's in the last page. The last page is the index of the Bible, right? So he's not even reading something of it.
Started. I will call State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks, case number 21 CF 1848. May I have the appearances, please?
Good morning, Judge Sue Upper, Leslie Basie, and Zach Witchow appearing for the state of Wisconsin.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Please state your name for the record.
I'm here as a third-party intervener in that matter, appearing as authorized representative for my client.
Yeah, you can. His eyes are really black. Like there's nothing there. Like there's no emotion. There's nothing. They just black eyes.
Shorter hair and surgical mask.
Hang the metal pieces on the little machine thing that comes around. They take them. The pieces go through like this little steamer type machine thing.
And I just want to say, everyone, if you will help me in giving a like to the stream, that will help out the channel a lot. Just giving that out there.
Then they paint it, and then they come back around, and we just take them off the hook and just put them in the box, load them up, put them back on the truck. It was 4 on.
Yeah, the Eminem job. Like he watched 8 Mile and he was like, oh, I'm Eminem now, so I have to have that job.
3 off, so that was more ideal because
That's a great schedule.
I mostly have my children the back half of the week.
Sure.
But since all this, I've been having them every day.
Every day. He's saying that his kids are with him every day. They live in different states. He never even calls his children. This is the lies, the many lies.
So it's like,
How old are your kids?
my son is grown. My oldest daughter is 14, and my youngest daughter is 7.
You said your oldest son's grown. How old is he?
He's 18.
They all live with you then in Milwaukee?
Well, my son doesn't.
Your son doesn't?
My son doesn't. But
Okay.
His 2 youngest kids, who did he say they lived with?
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
Objection,
May answer.
relevancy.
Mr. Brooks was indicating they were living with him. However, the investigation showed that not to be the case. Of the 2 daughters, one lives down in Georgia in the Atlanta area and the other lives in Iowa.
Like, look at that. How far is that away? I'm gonna map of USA. Let's use this one. This one is colorful. Like, they're here in Wisconsin, right? Like, here. So, one of them is in Atlanta, Georgia, which is down here. Like, all the way down here. And the other one is in Iowa. I don't even... okay. Iowa is kind of near. But still, they don't even live in the same state. I don't know where the big the oldest brother lives.
only thing I want to know is, what in the heck am I being charged with anything?
Well, she's making some, like I said, alleged allegations against you, kind of, for being physical. So that's what, if that's BS, that's what I'm looking to hear from you. Okay?
Total BS.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, we couldn't track her down, so that's kind of where we're at. It's this typical back and forth stuff that guys like you go through with their baby mama all the time. And they're all, there's a lot of guys out there in your spot, and a lot of times, maybe it's not always fair to them, but that's kind of what
I wish they had a law to where people can, if you do that shit, you should get in trouble.
Sure.
Remember when he said that he didn't curse? Like, hello, coffee cake. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, why? You shouldn't be able to just be like, oh, I'm pissed off, so I'm going to call and do this.
Yep. I agree.
Right? Why would you put me in that situation and then we're going to end up being together anyway?
And that's
Why would you do that?
Trying to judge that credibility.
Yeah, and that's total BS. So that's what that's why we're sitting in here with you, to try to sift through the BS, if that's what we got, and just go from there.
Crazy, man.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking girl, man. I said this last night too, didn't I? She get drunk and remember I kept saying that she fucking asks for food and I'm the one that pays for it.
Yep.
I mean, he's saying, hello, Rendat. He says that, how can she do this to him? Like, she is really bad when she drinks. And I get it. Like, I had my share of drinking. Like, I don't do that much anymore. But you kind of turn into a different person. What's your excuse? You don't drink, I think. No, he does. But you weren't drunk, so what's your excuse?
Objection. Wasn't it just said we was 15 minutes in the interview? Why is it playing from 30 minutes?
Your objection is noted. It's overruled again. That's 30-26, you said?
30-26 to 40.
Like, look how furiously he's reading the notes that the lawyers left. Like, all the highlighted pages. He didn't highlight everything that's here. He didn't do any of that. Those were his previous lawyers. So he's trying to catch up. He's trying to object everything that he can, so he can question Mr. Detective.
40-30.
No.
What brought you to Waukesha yesterday? How did you get out here?
I was meeting up with a friend to watch the Packer game.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I was out here.
Where did you go to watch the game?
To a friend named Stephanie.
Her house, a bar, or
A house.
I don't mean to make you uncomfortable or anything, but what's the address there? What's she
I
on
have
it?
no idea about Waukesha. I don't know the streets.
What was it near? I know you had to see something near it. So what was it near?
Like a gas station.
He loves to say gas station. That's the only point of reference in his mind when he comes to describing where something is. By a gas station.
Been to the house before?
No.
Never before?
No.
What's Stephanie's last name?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
When did you guys set
Hello,
this
David. Look, David. He's from England. I don't know if he's from England, but he's from the UK. Sorry about the game. It's just Spain, dude.
Maybe a couple days ago.
Okay.
Like I said, I have a few friends. I have a few friends in Milwaukee that have people out here, so
Okay.
it's not. I don't, like I said last night, I don't know the streets in Waukesha. It's not where I usually hang out at, so I couldn't say, well, this street, and this. You know, I couldn't.
All right.
Stephanie, like a friend of yours or like a friend of a friend?
A friend of a friend, mutual friend.
And what did you say her
Just
last
like,
name was?
I have no idea.
How long have you known her?
That was my first time meeting her. So,
How did you get the number to know the house to go to?
a friend.
Right.
A friend.
So how did you get to her house?
My friend. I went with my friend.
And
Okay.
that's his most common lie. Like, he's lying about having friends. He doesn't have any friends. No one was in his trial behind him trying to spore him at all.
Like, who's that?
My friend, I don't really want to say his name. I don't know if that's going to incriminate him in anything. So,
Okay, so let's go with this. How did you come? I know you saw Erica yesterday in Waukesha because we talked to her. Now, I don't know everything that went on, and I'm not saying I believe everything she told the other officers. How did you come to meet with her in Waukesha, one? And two, you say you don't know Waukesha, but where did you meet her? A gas station, a park? I know you met her. Where did you meet her? What happened yesterday?
Yeah,
because if this is BS, like you say, and I know you met her, what happened?
Yeah.
I met her
What
at
happened when you met her? Where did you meet her? Let's start with that.
by a gas station.
Okay.
I don't know what I was supposed to be getting some money from her.
Lies.
Okay. For what?
It was the rest of my money that she had of mine that she was holding for me.
Okay, how much?
It was supposed to be $350.
Okay. And why did she have it? Why was she holding
Well,
it?
she had been holding it for me for a few weeks now, but like I said, I hadn't seen her. She had seen
Right,
my
but
mom
what was she
already.
holding? Why did she have it? Why was she holding it for you?
She was just holding it for me because I told her to hold it for me. But this
Why would you give money to someone to hold it? Like, is that a thing? Is that a thing in America? Like, I don't know. Like, we don't do that here. That seems really strange.
it didn't have anything to do with, this was weeks ago. She had been holding the money. And because I had no contact with her, I couldn't tell her. And my mom wasn't going to let her come to the house to bring it.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, look, man, if I'm going to be out there, I'll meet up with you and get the money, but I'm not hanging out with you. I'm not having sex with you. And she was just like, oh, you want to kill? I'm like, I'm not finna do none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be around you. I get that. I understand that. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not supposed to be around you. I love you to death, man. You're my baby mama. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be like a hangout thing. I told her, I'm like, I'm out here. And she's like, oh, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And I'm like, look, I'll meet up with you to get the money. and, you know, give you a hug or whatever. But she was like, well, yeah, I need something. I'm like, no, we can't.
And I also hate this part. He's trying to say that Erica was so in need for something that she wanted to meet with him and do adult things with him. But I don't see it. I don't. Hello, Phyllis. He needs to be the star, and Erica needs to be the bad person. Which I'm not saying she isn't, but I really hate this. And also, if you ask me, like, let's be real. Like, Darrell doesn't seem the kind of person that is like giving in that kind of way, you know? Like, I think I talk more in the last 5 minutes than what Darrell is willing to give you in one of those sessions. That's just my opinion.
Can't do all that. I'm not gonna have sex with you. I'm not gonna hang out with you, or none of that.
All right. So you told her you weren't gonna do any of that stuff.
No.
How did you set the meeting up? Did you talk to her on the phone, Facebook Messenger, text message?
I talked to her.
I don't think she said anything about that. So just, I mean, if she's BS, how did you?
Yeah, because I didn't. This is what she does.
Hold on one second. Hold on, one thing at a time. How did you set the meeting with her? How do I verify?
That's what I'm saying. If she can't get in touch with me, that's what she'll do. She'll go to social medias and do all this and try to talk to people and all this and that. I got in contact with her through a mutual friend that we both know. And I was like, okay, tell her.
That's usually how mutual friends work. You both know the person.
I'm out in Waukesha or whatever, and I meet up with her to get the money. And then she put us on the call. And she was just like, where you at? Yeah. And she was just like, where you at? I'm like, look, I don't know where I'm at. Do you still got that money? She's like, yeah, I want to give you the money, and I want to do this and do that. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna hang out with you. I'm gonna meet up with you, get the money, give you a hug and kiss. We'll talk later.
Was it still daylight?
It was still daylight. Daylight.
So after that,
this was, I think the game was still on.
Game was on. So
the game was still on.
Left Stephanie's to go.
Yep. Okay. The game was still on. So.
All right, let's fact check this. This was in November 21st, 2021, NFL game. Like, the Steelers lost 41-37 to the Chargers. What time was this game? I don't know. I'm looking at the Steelers. Why am I looking at the Steelers? Where are you? Hey, the Ravens won that week. Okay, the Packers lost to the Vikings 34-31. That was a close game. I need to subscribe now. Who's excited about the NFL coming back? I think we're less than a month. I think we are like a month away from the NFL. I'm pumped. I'm not gonna lie. When the Super Bowl ends, I'm always like, oh, it's gonna be like 6 to 8 months for another game, and now we're almost there.
I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I want to see you. I ain't seen you in like a month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna lie and say, man, that's my baby mama. I love this woman.
You don't.
But I can't hang out with you. I can't do anything with you, you know.
In college football, my team is the Arkansas Razorbacks, because that's just because a friend of mine is a fan of him. Yeah, let's go college as well.
That type of thing, deal, and whatever the case may be, but yeah, that.
And this is on your cell phone? The three-way call, obviously, it's your cell phone because you're not
No,
home, right?
my friend's phone.
Friend's phone.
Yeah.
But yesterday, so do you have your phone?
No. That's what I'm saying. No.
So who is the friend whose phone you were using to talk to her on a three-way call?
Marcus.
I don't want to say his name because I don't want to.
Okay, I guess, so you saw her, though, right? You met up with her? Okay. So, how did the conversation with her end?
With me walking off and her being pissed off that I didn't want to hang out with her. I said, look, I'm not supposed to be around you, I'm gone.
Okay.
Yeah, right now Brooks is practically doing the YMCA dance with his shoulder. But it hurts, though. It's hurting right now. He needs a pill for that.
When she
Whose
said,
car
oh,
did you use to get out
she
here?
said I didn't have a car.
No, whose car did you use to get to Waukesha?
My friend is the one that said he was gonna go hang out and watch the Packer game. I said I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
Look at this.
Whose
Look
car
at his
did
right
you use
hand.
to get out to Waukesha?
I didn't use anybody's car.
Where does your friend live?
My friend lives in Milwaukee.
So you didn't walk to Waukesha. Whose car
No.
did you guys use?
My
to get
friend,
out?
I just said my
What
friend.
type of car is he?
I'm
just trying to figure out how you got here.
And he still didn't bother to remove this hospital thing that they put on the patients to track them.
Yeah, I know, but it seemed like you trying to like spin me up or something. Like
I'm just asking how you got here. Whose car did you drive out here?
I didn't drive at all.
Whose car did you come out here in?
My friend.
Okay, right. What kind of car is it? So here's the thing, Darrell.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, she's coming at us. I told her she's talking about some domestic related issues, okay?
Okay.
You know, and I don't know if she's on BS. I don't know if she's not.
I'm telling you.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. I don't want you to get...
Yeah, because
Hold on, let me finish.
Shut up.
You know, I don't entirely know all that, okay? I'm just right now trying to figure out how you got out here. So I got to step out with my partner for a minute. Just relax. I don't want you to get you all nervous, okay? But, you know, I'm not trying to be confrontational, but I don't think when you meet her out in Waukesha, and you're not from Waukesha, I think a reasonable question is to ask, how did you get out here?
Yeah.
Whether you drove, someone else drove, and if so, when you got out here, what type of car you were in? So just every hour or so, my boss, he knows we're out here. I just got to call him and say, yeah, we're talking. I'll call you back later. Just got to step out, throw in a line with him, and we'll come back. Just chill out here, enjoy your soda. We'll be right back. All right? Sound good? Okay.
So we done talking or?
No,
No,
we'll
come
be
back and
just
talk to
chill
you.
out, and we'll be back.
You just gotta make that call.
So I just got to make that call.
That check-in call.
All right?
In the middle of the conversation?
Like the camera. I mean, the camera is pointing at him, and he's looking up. Like as you can see right now, he's looking up. So I don't understand how he thinks that he's gonna get away with it. Like the camera is right there. You cannot lie.
Well, do you want to tell me about the car?
Just go another couple minutes.
Yeah, but
I mean, I got to call him. I can come back, but I just...
listen, I'm willing to listen, Carpenter.
Listen.
You've been straight up with me. You've been straight up with me, right? All I'm saying is I just want to know what I'm looking at and if I can just notify my girls. That's it. I don't have a problem with talking to you guys at all. I just want to know what am I looking at. That's
Well,
it.
at the start, she called about some domestic abuse-related stuff. Now, I didn't talk to her myself. I told you that at the start. You said she was crazy. We talked
Y'all
about
know that. Y'all talked to the woman.
No.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Other
I
officers-
apologize. You talk.
Slow
Other
down.
officers that we listened to the interview.
Slow down,
Did
Darrell.
she look beat up? Did she look like, dude?
Darrell,
Like,
listen
come
to me.
on now, man.
Slow down, dude. All right? We can't explain it to you if you keep talking over us. You know what I'm saying? All right?
Hello, California Dreamer. That exit was yeah. The cops did a move, did a play on Darrell, and he fell right for it.
I didn't talk to her. I didn't see her. Okay? Now,
He is saying, what am I looking at? Do you recall him saying that in this video?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
He's just asking a question. How is that leading?
Yes, I do.
Was this a theme throughout this 5-hour video?
Objection leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, it was.
You had stated initially when he came into the room,
that.
he had complained about some shoulder pain.
Yes, he did.
He's so focused and reading that on trying to get to come up with questions for him. He could have read that last night. He knows the order of the witnesses, so he could have done that last night.
Did that continue throughout the interview?
Objection relevancy.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
So I would say what happened is it went on and off. So at this point here, the interview at this point in time was what I would describe as laid back. A lot of it was simply getting background about the overall relationship between Mr. Brooks and Ms. Patterson. During that time, he was fine. He was moving his arms, as you could see in this clip. He wasn't complaining about pain. What I noticed and made me question the legitimacy of the injury before ever actually even seeing the body cam is I noted at times of stress later in this interview as I continue to push on a vehicle, I can see, as you could see here, I believe it can be seen here in this interview, talking about the car made him uncomfortable. Complaints about the pain would suddenly come back.
How about the request to be told what he's looking at? Did you see any correlation between that and what was occurring during the interview?
Objection speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes,
Yeah.
As I say, that
remember
continued throughout the entire.
Alright, this is gonna be fun to do with you guys. We're gonna watch together the interpreter, the Spanish. He's really tall. Let me move back the screen. There we go. We're gonna watch the witness, his first witness, and this really tall interpreter.
Do you swear?
They deserve it. Like Upper and Carpenter really deserve their retirement after going through that trial. I'm sure that was exhausting. Brooks only wanted to phone one person, and we all know, yeah, he was trying to get I blank on her name, Erica, to recant her statements.
That you will interpret
Hello, Moray. Good afternoon.
truly, accurately, completely, and impartially in accordance with the standards prescribed by law, the Code of Ethics for Court Interpreters, and Wisconsin Guidelines for Court Interpreting?
I do. Certified Spanish interpreter Patrick Ryan.
Thank you. And Mr. Mark,
And it's really funny that his name is Patrick Ryan. Like, he has two first names. That's funny.
would you please raise your right hand to be sworn by my clerk? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí. Yes.
Please have a seat.
Juan Márquez.
Juan Marquez.
Juan.
Juan.
Marquez.
Marquez.
Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir. You may question this witness.
Good morning, Mr. Marquez.
Buenos días, señor Marquez.
And the Señor Marquez doesn't say good morning. Nada de buenos días. Hello, Sophie. How are you?
You were at the
You want to hear my interpretation of what Juan Marquez is saying? I'll do it.
Parade on November 21st, 2021. Is that correct?
Usted estaba en el desfile del 21 de noviembre de 2022, ¿correcto?
Es correcto.
That is correct.
That is correct.
And do you recall who you were there with that day?
¿Se acuerda con quién estaba ese día?
Con mi esposa y mi hijo.
With my wife and with my son.
I mean, I can like he's doing a good. I mean, I'm gonna get my face out of the way, so you can. Yeah, I'm gonna be the third guy over here, and yeah, he's calling it right. Like he's saying like he was with his wife, con su esposa y su hijo. I love rolling R. Raúl Márquez, Juan Márquez.
And were you marching in the parade that day?
¿Usted estaba caminando en el desfile ese día?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you remember who you were marching with? Was it a particular group?
Un grupo particular?
You know, one of the things that the interpreter is saying, I will guess wrong, is that he's saying you remember who you were walking with when Brooks is asking who was he marching with, which is kind of the same. Like, I mean, marching is walking, but I mean the interpreter is saying a different word.
Sí.
Yes.
Do you recall who that group was?
¿Se acuerda quién era el grupo con el cual estaba desfilando?
Sí.
I mean, I think I did the let's put it up. Where is it? Where is it? Is this it? No. It? No. I don't think I have it anymore. But yeah, as his suit, I like it. I mean, he's a big guy, so it's gonna be harder to get a suit. What I don't like is the tie. I don't really like the bronze tie with the pattern. I feel like he should have gone with something lighter, but that's just me.
Yes.
And at some point, you felt something hit your leg?
Y en un momento usted sintió que algo le pegó su pierna.
Es correcto.
That's correct.
Correcto.
And do you remember what that was?
¿Se acuerda qué fue?
Un vehículo.
A vehicle.
And did you see the vehicle?
¿Vio el vehículo? ¿Lo vio?
No.
No.
At some point, did you go to Freighter Hospital?
¿En algún momento usted pasó al hospital Freighter?
Sí.
Yes.
And were you interviewed by any law enforcement at that time?
¿Usted fue entrevistado por algún agente policial o policía?
Sí.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you recall if it was regular officers or FBI?
¿Se acuerda si fue un oficial regular o fue la agente de FBI?
FBI.
FBI.
Do you recall telling them that the truck was black?
¿Se acuerda que usted
Grounds.
The objection is sustained as to leading. Please rephrase your question.
Do you remember what color you told them the truck was?
¿Se acuerda si usted se acuerda qué color dijo él, qué color la troca fue?
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
And this is, I believe, and a lot of people in the comments say it too, that this is why he called this witness. Because, Daddy Yankee, Sophie, because he said on the statement that the car was black. I believe this is the reason why. And I don't understand this reasoning. Who cares if he said it was black? We all saw the red car hitting people.
So it would be fair to say you don't recall seeing anything at that time?
¿Se puede decir que usted no se acuerda de nada en ese tiempo?
No.
No.
Hello, Annie. Hope you had a good day in the lake.
And did you at any time file a claim related to this incident?
¿En algún momento usted archivó un reclamo con respecto a este incidente?
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
Do you know if anyone you were with filed a claim related to this incident?
¿Sabe si alguien que la acompañó si archivó un reclamo con respecto a este incidente?
No lo sé.
I don't know.
And would you consider yourself an injured party in this incident?
Yes, you hit him in his leg. How will he not be considered that? You hit him, so yeah, he's an injured party.
Se considera una parte herida, lesionada debido a este incidente.
Sí.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any reason why you wouldn't file a claim since you considered yourself an injured party?
Because he didn't want to. Shut up.
Grounds.
Se considera una persona no herida durante ese incidente. ¿Alguna razón por la cual no archivaría un reclamo?
Hello, Jenny Anderson. Everyone from Minnesota. Oh, we were talking about the Minnesota Vikings earlier. They beat the Packers in the day that Brooks did the attack.
There's an objection. It's sustained as to the form of the question. Please rephrase.
Por favor, diga la pregunta de nuevo.
¿Me puede repetir la pregunta?
There's an objection. You don't need to answer.
No tiene que contestar. Could you repeat the question, please?
Please rephrase, Mr. Brooks.
Hello, Ben.
O diferente manera, señor Brooks.
It's kind of hard to rephrase.
What do you mean it's kind of hard to rephrase? Just ask another question. You're being combative. And I just want to say thank you guys. We have a lot of people on the stream. I love that. I love hanging out with you guys. That's the reason why I do these streams. Is that I really love the social aspect of having a YouTube channel and just hanging out with you guys. If you haven't, you guys can help me hitting the like button, and maybe we can get to more people. Thank you.
Did you intend on filing a claim related to this case?
Objection.
Hold on, there's been an objection. The ground.
Your Honor, first of all, this witness testified he doesn't recall filing a claim, so I'm not sure what the relevance then would be of the question.
The question was, did he intend to?
I'll sustain the objection as to the form of the question. Please rephrase.
Do you recall at any time filing a police report?
¿Se acuerda en un momento usted de archivar un reporte de policía?
Sí.
Yes.
Yeah, with the FBI.
Do you recall at any time being notified that you could possibly testify in this incident?
¿Usted se acuerda que en un momento que la notificaron que en un momento usted podría testificar sobre ese incidente?
¿Me puede repetir la pregunta?
Could you repeat the question?
Sure. Do you recall at any time being notified that it was a possibility that you could testify in this incident?
¿Se acuerda que en un momento podría, si lo notificaron, que habría sido una posibilidad que usted podría testificar con respecto a ese incidente?
No.
No.
Were you ever subpoenaed in relation to this incident?
¿Lo citaron alguna vez a corte con respecto a ese incidente?
Sí.
Yes.
And this is something that I believe is wrong. Or maybe not. I mean, he said that were you at some point cited to court? Kurt? I would say Kurt. I don't know the correct way to say that. But I think the way that he's asking, it means that he had to come to the courthouse ever. I don't know. It seems weird.
Do you recall who you received this subpoena from?
¿Se acuerda de quién recibió el citatorio de corte?
Del distrito de la oficina del fiscal.
From the office of the district attorney.
And do you recall when that was?
¿Se acuerda cuándo fue?
Un mes Un mes y días.
A month and a few days.
After receiving the subpoena, did you follow up with the district attorney's office at any time after?
Después de recibir entonces el citatorio, ¿recibió algún tipo de seguimiento por medio de la oficina fiscal después del incidente?
Sí.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you recall whom you spoke with?
¿Se acuerda con quién habló?
Susan.
Susan.
Would that be?
I love that that he has to interpret, he has to translate Susan.
You referring to Attorney Opera, who is seated at this table?
¿Se refiere a Susan Opera, que está sentado a esa mesa?
Sí.
Yes.
And were you at any time informed of a plaintiff in this incident?
Objection of relevance.
Sustained.
So he ran out of questions really fast, and he didn't get anywhere. Like, nothing that was asked helped him in any way.
You don't need to answer that
No
question.
tiene que contestar la pregunta.
Were you at any time notified that there was a plaintiff in this incident?
Objection of
Grounds.
relevance.
The objection is sustained. The witness does not need to answer.
Do you even know if there's a plaintiff in this incident?
Objection of relevance.
The objection is sustained. The witness does not need to answer.
You recall ever seeing? Excuse me. Do you ever recall? Sorry.
Do you all think he's really this dumb or pretending to be sometimes? I wonder what the heck does any of that he's asking have to do with it? No. I don't believe that he's playing it up. I believe that this is him, 100% real. I believe that he's just this ignorant. And that's what I was saying on my video that I did about misinformation. That I believe that giving people misinformation creates people like Brooks. And that's why that's why I wanted to make that video. Because if you teach wrong things to everyone, they're gonna do wrong things. Hello, David. They're gonna do wrong things because they're not gonna know better. That's why I wanted to make that video, because I believe that that should be known, that information is wrong. You know? I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Do you recall ever seeing or reading a complaint in this matter?
Entonces, ¿cuál es usted vio si leyó la acusación criminal en este asunto?
No.
No.
Going back to the actual incident, would it be fair to say that at the time you were?
Oh, Kev, you're watching at 6 in the morning in Australia? I would love to go to Australia sometime. It seems like a really nice country. But 6:22, what are you doing up? I mean, I do wake up at 4 and 4:30 every morning, but why are you up?
Very confused.
Volviendo entonces al incidente, ¿se puede decir que en ese tiempo usted estaba bastante confundido?
¿Me puede repetir la pregunta?
Could you repeat the question?
Going back to the time of the incident at the parade, would it be fair to say that you were confused at the time?
Volviendo entonces al momento del desfile, ¿se puede decir que usted estaba confundido en ese tiempo?
No.
No.
No, I knew what I was doing.
Any reason why you don't recall seeing anything?
¿Hay alguna razón por la cual que usted no se acuerda de ver algo?
¿Me puede repetir la pregunta?
Could you repeat the question?
Any reason why you don't recall seeing anything?
¿Alguna razón por la cual que usted no se acuerda de ver nada en ese tiempo?
How can you remember not remembering? I don't know. I don't know how he wants him to answer that. I'll be back in 1 second.
No vi el vehículo.
I did not see the vehicle.
Solo pasó.
It just passed by.
Just so we're clear for the record, you don't recall actually seeing the vehicle.
También, sí, vamos a estar clarificando por el acta. No se acuerda que vio el vehículo.
No.
No.
No further questions.
No más
That's it.
preguntas.
He's done.
Good morning, Mr. Marquez.
Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días.
Hey, he said good morning to her. Buenos dias. Unlike Brooks.
Morning.
On November 21st of last year, were you walking with the Catholic communities of Waukesha?
El 21 de noviembre del año pasado, desfilando con Catholic Communities of Waukesha.
Es correcto.
You never asked that. Oh God, you gonna put me on the spot like that, Sophie? My middle name is the capital of Australia. What is the capital of Australia? Oh, I know this. It's not Sydney. Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia, right?
That's correct.
Hold on. What was the objection?
I mean, you already.
You have to speak up. I couldn't hear what you said.
I have a code, so I can't.
Mr. Brooks, was there an objection so I can move on?
Yes, there was an objection. I can't even remember now.
You were saying Cambria. Adelaide. And now I'm confused. People said different things. Capital of Australia. Canberra. I didn't know that. I thought it was Melbourne. What am I thinking? Where is Melbourne?
Well, if you were objecting on relevance, it's relevant. His answer may stand.
It wasn't relevant.
You were with your...
It was asked and answered, and it wasn't asked and answered. He asked if he was marching on the parade. Yes. He asked, were you marching with the Catholic community? And he said yes. So it's a different question.
wife and your son?
Estaba con su esposa y su hijo.
Sí.
Yes.
And your son's name is David Marquez?
Objection leading.
She can lead. She's cross-examining.
David Marquez.
Overruled. You called the witness. The state may lead. Go ahead and answer.
Contesta la pregunta, por favor. Si puede contestar.
What does that mean?
Go ahead and answer, sir.
Conteste, por favor.
Sí.
Yes.
Yes.
You testified that at some point you were struck by a vehicle.
Objection.
Ah, the capital of Australia is A. I get it. I get it, 99. I get it. That's funny. I like that.
Overruled. You may answer.
Puede contestar la pregunta.
Sí.
Yes.
Did you have any warning before you were struck by the car?
Objection. Hearsay.
Antes que fue chocado por el carro, me pongo de evidencia por referencia.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Puede contestar la pregunta.
No.
No.
Did you hear a horn honking?
Escuchó
Objection.
una bocina, un claxon.
Hearsay.
¿Está sonando el vehículo? Un claxon.
Overruled. The witness.
How is it hearsay when it comes from the actual witness? Ah, we are this far. We're on the 9th day of the trial, which is like the 12th day of the whole process, and he still doesn't know what hearsay means.
This may answer.
Puede contestar la pregunta.
No.
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 Sir, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 161.
161.
Do you see the approximate area where you landed after the vehicle struck you?
Usted fue al área aproximado.
Objection leading.
Después de que el vehículo
Overruled. The state may lead. It's not their witness. Go ahead and answer, sir.
Conteste, por favor.
So I can lead too if it's not my witness?
No.
Now, hello, Miss Santana. Hey, nice to see you. Like now, in this moment, is where it's clicking that after 9 days of witnesses, he can lead when he's cross-examining the witness. Like after 9 days, it clicked that right, like in his mind? Like let's hear that again.
Go ahead and answer, sir.
Thank you. Usted fue el área aproximado.
Objection leading.
Después de que el vehículo lo
Overruled. The state may lead. It's not their witness. Go ahead and answer, sir.
So I can lead too if it's not my witness?
No.
There you go. Like finally it clicked on his brain that, oh, so I can lead too if it's not my witness. Yes, you could have done it all this time.
No.
Well, hold on. We'll get to that later. There's been an objection. I'm overruling it. Go ahead and ask your question.
The state can do what they want.
Do you see the area in which you landed after the vehicle struck you?
Sí. Yes.
I'd ask that this exhibit be admitted to evidence, which is 161, and published to the jury.
Objection. We can't even see who's what exactly is the state referring to.
What is even that objection? That you're just saying stuff. That's not an objection.
You can't even see who it is.
Just state your objection. It's overruled.
Of course it's going to be overruled.
Because it's attempt to testify, but if the state could just ask a few more foundational questions, please.
Certainly. When you met with the state, did you review some video of the parade?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Sí. Yes.
And after reviewing that video, were you able to determine the area in which your body landed after you were struck by the car?
Objection, hearsay, and leading.
Overruled as to both. You may answer, sir.
Después de que entonces se recibió entonces el choque del carro, determinó el área. ¿Te se acuerda dónde su cuerpo quedó después de que el vehículo chocó? Sí. Yes.
And do you see that area on this exhibit?
Thank you so much, Bama, for being here. That's all that matters. Like, I know a lot of people like to just listen, and that's completely fine with me. I love that people are hanging out and just having fun with mocking this monster. That's what I love that.
Objection, leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Sí. Yes.
I'd ask that this...
Hello, Jacob. Nice to see you too. Thank you for stopping by.
Objection.
Exhibit be admitted to evidence and published for the jury.
Objection. What's the relevancy?
The objections are noted. They are overruled. And Exhibit 161 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Can you circle the area in which you believe you landed?
Objection, leading.
Overruled. The witness.
Yes, Sarah Boone. I'm gonna after this witness is done. After this stream is done, I'm gonna go and look up Sarah Boone and start making that video. Oh, that's from what I've seen so far, she's gonna be worse than Darrell Brooks. Like, oh god. Oh no, it's gonna be painful. I know that it's gonna be painful.
This may answer.
When you say where they believe, either you know or you don't.
Why are you providing commentary? No one's asking you.
This may answer.
Sí. Yes.
Ridiculous.
Can you do that now?
That's where it gets fixed out, okay.
If we can take a snapshot of that.
I don't know what Mr. Brooks just mumbled, but it's not his turn to ask questions. There was no objection. The jury will disregard that.
And this would be Exhibit 161A.
161.
Yes, Christine. What I'm gonna do is I have three things in my to-do list. The first one, well, I guess four. The first one is gonna be doing my final thoughts on the Darrell Brooks case, which is what I'm gonna record today. I'm gonna do my final Why you guys mute me? I was just saying all this stuff, like you guys mute me, like that's against my constitutional rights. I don't understand why you guys will mute me in the middle of the stream. I was just saying important stuff. Am I muted now? It's just you guys cannot see it. But like look at this. I can lift it up. This is my microphone setup. Like I have a box, and then it goes to my microphone, and then I have my thing on the microphone. It's a really I had this microphone for a while, but it's dying. So if I move a little bit the cable, it stops picking up my voice. So I have to unplug it, plug it back, and hope it works. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. But it was a funny moment. Like I was Darrell Brooks. I knew what Darrell Brooks felt for a minute. Where do I left? I don't remember where I was. Okay. Finish Darrell Brooks. Finish Sarah Vanderark. Research on Sarah Boone, and then remind me again, what was the name? Christine? Rosenbaum. Yeah, after that we're gonna do the Rosenbaum case. So that's my to-do list for the next foreseeable future.
One is received. 61A.
Thank you. And you see anyone that you recognize?
Oh yes. And between those, I'm gonna make the list. I'm gonna make the list about the freakouts, which was the number one voted on. Then I'm gonna do the dumbest moments, which are gonna be. I have a lot of to pick. And then we'll take it from the board. Those two are guaranteed to happen. Yes, finishing the Vanderar arc is on my. It should be Vanderar should be done this week.
Standing in that area.
Objection, leading.
Overruled. The state may lead its cross-examination of your witness, sir.
So I can lead on cross-examination then?
I direct your attention to 906.11 sub 3, sir.
On cross-examination.
I'm not going to answer that. Go ahead, sir. You may answer.
Determination that you don't have to answer that. If I don't understand something.
The jury will disregard the comments being made by Mr. Brooks.
Judicial determination. Okay.
Go ahead and answer the question if you recall it, sir.
No girls allowed in the fort.
¿Me puede repetir la pregunta?
Could you repeat the question?
Yes. Do you see David, your son, in that picture?
Objection. That was.
Yes.
And is he wearing?
So my objection is not going to be noted.
The objection is overruled. The state chose to ask a different question. That's fine.
And is he seated?
Mexican corn dip. That sounds delicious. I will have it.
Here's some blue chairs wearing a blue jacket.
Objection, leading.
Overruled. You may answer, sir.
You can hear in the tone of the judge right now that she's done. She's gonna overrule it, and she's not gonna even try to explain anymore.
Sí.
Yes.
And sir, is that you laying down, and you can see in this picture your legs and they're hanging into the roadway?
Objection leading.
Witness may answer. Overruled.
Sí.
Yes.
Is that where you were walking when you were struck from behind?
Objection.
You guys are giving me... I'm hungry now. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat today, so... But I'm hungry now.
Position.
Overruled. You may answer.
No.
No.
How far from the position that you recalled yourself to be at when you were walking did you land?
Hey, Jennifer. No, thank you for watching. I mean, the most important part of this, of me making videos, is that you guys get to watch them. And you guys get to comment. That's the reason why I do them. So I thank you for watching them. That's... I don't know how can I give back enough to thank you guys.
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
Me opongo de evidencia por evidencia anulada. Puede contestar la pregunta.
Entre 15 a 20 pies.
Between 15 and 20 feet.
So your body flew through the air between 15 and 20 feet. Is that what your
Objection
testimony
leading.
is?
Sí.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't rule on the objection, but it is overruled and his answer may stand.
Was David also struck by a vehicle during the parade?
Sí.
Yes.
Did he received injuries as well?
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. You may answer.
Sí.
Yes.
Can you describe what your injuries were, sir?
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
Anulada. Puede contestar.
Sí.
Yes.
What were they?
¿Qué fueron sus heridas?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Pongo pregunta insinua. Anulada.
La fíbula
My fibula
y ligamentos.
and ligaments.
Your fibia was broken?
Objection leading. Speculative.
Overruled as to both. The
That's not
witness
what
may
he said.
answer.
Sí.
Yes.
And you had torn ligaments?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
You didn't say that in the question before.
Sí.
Yes.
And were those both in the same leg?
Objection leading.
2 cans of Mexican corn, 2 cups of shredded cheese, 1 each of mayo and sour cream, 8 green onions, diced mixed together, Fritos scoop. Yeah, I would say that's Mexican. I mean, it has Mexican corn, and that's good enough for me to call it Mexican.
Sí.
Sorry.
Yes.
Overruled.
Ah, yes, tahini is great. One of the things that if you guys hang out in Discord, I was talking about it, but we use tahini and lime with mango, with pineapple, with watermelon. Like if you guys like your fruits, but you want to give it a little spin, put some tahini and some lime.
If we
Of course.
just wait when there's an objection, I'm overruling it. It's relevant. It's not leading. The witness's answers may stand.
I mean, yeah, you overrule every objection.
And the
Because it's nonsense, you buffoon.
jury will disregard the additional commentary made by Mr. Brooks at this time.
Judicial misconduct at its finest.
And which leg was that, sir?
Objection, action, answer.
Overruled. You may answer.
Puede contestar la pregunta.
El pie izquierdo.
My left leg.
And now, this is one of the things, like you guys were asking me, and I said that on the video, but like there's 2 different things. He said foot, like my foot is mi pie. Pie means foot. But the interpreters say leg, pierna. So there's different parts, like the foot is just the end of the leg. So that's one of the things that he got twisted.
Did you have to have surgery on that leg?
Objection, bleeding.
Hey, I like Taco Bell. That's I will eat on Taco Bell sometimes. I just have to cross the border to get to one, so it's kind of inconvenient.
Overruled.
Anulado.
Sí.
Yes.
Just one?
Nada más una cirugía.
Dos.
Two.
That's not gonna work either.
Mr. Brooks, you are advised to stop with the commentary.
No, I'm gonna say what I want.
You called this witness. I'm going to take a break right now and excuse the jury and this witness.
Like the judge was so over him that he was like, you know what? I need to take a break. Just get everyone out of here.
All right.
What you doing is judicial misconduct. Judicial misconduct. But you don't want the jury to hear the truth.
What truth?
That's not fair to the jury. They have a right to hear everything.
Hear what?
Not finna sit here and let you fix the trial because you don't want to tell the truth to the jury.
Wow, that's a really big accusation to a judge. Like, can you imagine any lawyer telling that to any judge? They will be slapping the face with peace and all that stuff. They will be reprimanded.
Mr. Brooks, please stop.
No, ain't no please.
You are
nothing.
being disruptive.
Ain't
You
no
are being
please.
disrespectful.
You always
The
gonna
witness
find
may
some
step
reason to
down.
say somebody's being disruptive because they want the truth to be out there. Man, quit it.
Quit it.
You're supposed to be the
Mr.
judge.
Brooks, I'm advising you that continued interruptions will result in you forfeiting your right to be
Okay,
present
and
in this
under
courtroom
what law and
during
fact can you do that?
Illinois versus Allen.
Okay,
sir.
but the fourth option that you made up, that's not even in the law.
In the law,
Mr.
Because
Brooks,
you can't do that.
I need to make a
By law,
ruling.
you can't do that.
I need to
And
make
you
a
know you
finding.
can't.
All right, I'm going to excuse everyone. Mr. Brooks is being removed from the courtroom. He will continue in the neighboring courtroom. Please make sure he has his objection signed and a pad of paper.
So is that
he can.
So is that holding me in
meaningfully
contempt?
participate, and I will make a ruling when I.
So are
after
you
we
holding
come
me in
back up.
contempt?
no.
Is that civil or criminal?
Bye.
This is BS, man. Y'all do the same thing every time, man. Every time she don't want to tell the truth to the jury, somebody got to get put out of the courtroom. That's contempt. That's contempt of court. I'm not ignorant, man.
Ah. The guy really said, I'm not ignorant. Oof. Oof. The lack of self-aware is painful. It's
So to get that on so you can get these off.
BS,
Throw
man.
that thing forward.
No. Have them back up. Okay, slide back, sir. Take 2 steps back, just so he doesn't bump your leg. There we go.
Mr. Brooks, prior to the court removing him, had interrupted the court approximately 10 times prior to 10:19 a.m. Then, of course, he was removed. This does not include the repeated commentary, either under his breath but still audible for the court to hear, the jury to hear, and witnesses to hear, related to a variety of topics, including subject matter, jurisdiction, misconduct by the court, disapproval with the court's rulings. This very last witness was a witness called out of order at the request of Mr. Brooks. He has forfeited his right to be present during the cross-examination and any redirect of Mr. Marquez. Mr. Brooks's conduct has been anything but respectful. The record should reflect the jury is being brought back in.
And now he applies the ice. What do you call? The ice treatment. I don't know. She's not gonna acknowledge or talk to the judge. Yeah, I believe that the jury was like, this guy is guilty. Like, they just had to show them one video, and they will be like, okay, yeah, this guy did it. Let's wrap it up.
The state may continue with its cross-exam of this witness.
Wait, am I muted again? Okay, no.
All right.
You scare me, Melanie. You scare me. I was muted a little while before, so now I'm gonna be paranoid every time that I speak.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any redirect for this witness? Mr. Brooks, do you have any further questions for Mr. Marquez? The record should reflect that Mr. Brooks is reading out of a book. He has not answered the question. I will ask one more time. Sir, do you have any further questions for Mr. Marquez?
Yes.
Am I unmuted?
You are. You have been.
I like that they put the box with Kleenex on his side, just in case he wants to cry.
What's going on?
Do you have any redirect questions for Mr. Marquez?
Yes.
This is your opportunity to ask any follow-up questions that you have for this witness.
Wait, I have to take my time. I need to get my headphones in first.
Yes.
Say something. I'm trying to see if the headphones on.
No.
It's supposed to be on a certain channel. Can someone say something from the other courtroom?
Have any questions for Mr. Marquez at this time? It's your opportunity to ask follow-up questions. The state indicated it did not have any additional questions.
Yes, no? Yes,
Nope,
no?
I don't got no follow-up question.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Then, Mr. Marquez, you may step down. Thank you for being here today. The court is going to continue with the direct examination by the state of Detective Carpenter. I would like you to come back to this courtroom. Are you willing to conduct yourself consistently with the decorum and respect inherent in the concepts of courts and judicial proceedings?
No.
I didn't do anything to be held in contempt in the first place.
So are you willing to abide by the rules of decorum and civility? I would direct your attention to SCR Chapter 62, which has been provided to you previously.
Does that say anything in there about me being held in contempt?
That does not, no.
So why have I been held in contempt?
I didn't hold you in contempt, sir. You are simply in a different courtroom based upon your disruptive behavior.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the
has not been disruptive.
I've put my findings on the record, sir, and the record stands in that regard. I'm giving you the opportunity, if you can, indicate to this court that you will conduct yourself with courtesy and decorum. Are you willing to do that, sir?
Yes or no?
Is Your Honor willing to tell me why I've been held in contempt?
I did not hold you in contempt, sir. I've already indicated that
removing me from the courtroom is like holding me in contempt.
No.
I didn't hold you in contempt. You were removed pursuant to the authority given to me by the United States Supreme Court in Illinois versus Allen, based on your disruptive behavior.
Hello, Super Kelly. Yeah, the YouTube notification system is not that great, but I'm glad that you're here.
My behavior wasn't disruptive, Your Honor. The record should be corrected in that. And as I recall you stating before, or not you stating, but us having a conversation about Illinois versus Allen for the record at one point.
Illinois, not Illinois. There's no noise in Illy.
I got the date in my notes that we had it where I said on the record that there were three options identified.
Discord link, I'll get it for you.
Mr. Brooks, I'm not going to have a debate with you on what the law means and whether you understand it or not. I'm simply asking you whether you are willing at this time to abide by the standards of courtesy and decorum that are outlined in SCR Chapter 62 and that are inherent.
There we go. If anyone wants to join the Discord and be in contact with the community, it's right there.
In the concept of courts and judicial proceedings, including making proper objections based upon the rules of evidence, based upon the rules of procedure, based upon the law, and that you will generally conduct yourself with dignity and decorum.
But is it not my right? Is it not my right to object?
What are you even
saying? I'm going to ask Mr. Brooks one more time if he would like to come back to this courtroom and if he's willing to conduct himself with dignity, respect, and decorum.
But for the record, I don't consent to being called that name, and I never stated that I wanted to be removed from the courtroom.
All right, I'm going to mute Mr. Brooks. He is clearly not answering my question. And given his recent conduct, I'll indicate he continues to forfeit his right to be present. So with that, why don't we have Detective Carpenter come on back to the stand. The jury is advised to come out. He's advising. He wants to come back? All right. The witness can stay here. Please have the jury remain. We'll have to clear the courtroom so he can be brought back in.
All right. That's it for that witness. What else do you guys want to see? Like, we have 47 people right now, which is incredible. Like, thank you guys so much for coming. What do you guys want to see right now? I'm opening up to you guys. Like, I still have around another half an hour to be here. So what do you guys would like to watch? You guys want to see? Because I don't know. What do you guys want to see? It's up to you guys. We can watch, I don't know, this day?
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated.
Traumatic injuries.
Specifically for the injuries that she sustained, can you describe the fatal injuries for the jury?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled. She may answer.
Leanna Owen had injuries to her head, spine.
The rest of Carpenter's testimony. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I will get...
Kissing, I'll call you later or whatever. It wasn't supposed to be us hanging out, spending time together. It wasn't that. It wasn't supposed to be that. She got mad because I didn't want to do that. That's why I kind of figured, but like I said, I didn't see her drink. I'm not going to sit here and say I saw her drink. I'm not going to lie on her. I didn't. But when she started acting like, yeah, you finna, that's when I kind of was like, she probably been drinking. She probably haven't just stopped drinking, but you
just started drinking.
You was drinking sometime today. I know you was drinking sometime today. I didn't tell her that. I said, yeah, because she's acting too, you know what I mean? oh, you just think you finna get the money and leave, and you must got some bitch waiting on you, and blah 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 blah.
Hello, Allegra. Good afternoon.
I'm like, see, this is why I just should have just watched the game and left, dude. Like,
All right. So
the fuck, man.
So you came out. How did you get out here again?
My friend.
What type of car did he drive?
Oh man, it's like a Kia type of car. I don't know if it's a Kia, but it's a small 4-door car like that, in that type of model.
Okay. What color is it?
Like tan.
And was it just the two of you?
A dramatic reading of Sarah Boone. I'm gonna do that in a video. Like, Laura, I'm gonna do the Sarah Boone letters. I watched them. I was the thing about her is that she writes in like this. She writes in cursive, which I don't know who today writes in cursive. So it's kind of hard for me to decipher what they say. But I'm gonna do that as best as I can.
That rolled out together? Did anyone roll out from Milwaukee? With
No, it was just us two.
Two of us.
He said he probably was gonna.
All right, so I think most people voted for Mr. Redbeard, which I don't. Someone said day 7. Day 7 should be this.
Case number 21 CF 1848. Appearances, please.
Leslie Casey and Zach Wichow.
Sir, state your name for the record, please.
I'm here as.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We'll have the jury brought out and the.
Right about.
All right, here we go.
Subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor.
Oh, wait.
Would that at least be noted for the record?
Your objection's noted for the record. I don't believe the audio's on. Your objection is noted for the record. I addressed that yesterday. I will not be addressing it again.
Was I at least heard for the record? Because you just stated that the audio wasn't on.
I heard it.
Did the record?
Hello, Rosado from Puerto Rico. Hey, I know I have a friend that his parents are from Puerto Rico. I heard it's a great town.
Here?
Yes.
So you heard me say subject matter jurisdiction hasn't been verified or proved yet?
All right.
Were you working as a police officer on November 21st of 2021?
Yes, I was.
Were you assigned to work at the Waukesha Christmas Parade?
Yes, I was.
Could you circle for us the intersection where you were posted on this map? Okay, so you've circled the intersection of West Main Street and Wisconsin Avenue, correct?
Correct.
Do you recall what you were wearing that day?
Objection, brother.
Overruled.
Did you have a police radio?
Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys a little bit with Officer right here because I need to get something to cold to drink because it's really hot right now in this room. So I'll be back in 1 second, okay? You guys keep hearing this.
With you while you were standing in the intersection?
Yes, I did.
At some point, did you hear something on the radio that concerned you?
Yes, some sort of domestic disturbance or fight in Frame Park, and I could hear squads coming from that area, so I blocked traffic to allow the squads to get through, and then I just continued on with my parade duties.
Then what happened?
Officers on the road and officers and community service officers and reserve officers were working the parade. Everyone was starting to get on the radio, and more people started calling for ambulances. And then I could tell as people were calling for them, it was moving westbound on the parade route. I have a collar mic, so my microphone was approximately right about here on my chest. I don't have an earpiece. That's just what I use. So between trying to listen to the radio microphone and the parade, it was sort of hard to piece together. I started hearing more screams, and this time it wasn't just screams on my radio, it was screams like in my vicinity that I could hear.
As you're putting Exhibit 1 back up, I just want to make a record of the hand gesture he made previously when testifying about, I believe it was his radio microphone. He used his right hand, I would say about heart height, to indicate his, I believe he called it a lapel mic or something to do with his radio and where he would hear from. Go ahead.
Objection. I don't think he said lapel. I think he referred to the microphone just being here and not using the earpiece. That's just.
Your objection is noted. The state can seek clarification, but the fact I did my best to describe the action of the officer.
I recognize it was a red SUV and there was extreme vehicle damage to it. Vehicle damage that you would see at a traffic crash between two vehicles. At that point, between all the screaming, I heard everyone calling for ambulances and help, and then realizing people hit, I knew it was now people hit by a vehicle, and I knew that this vehicle had likely, and based on the speed of the vehicle, that the vehicle had ran through the entire parade route and likely severely injured people or killed people, and at that point I thought it was a terror attack at the parade.
What happened as the SUV?
Hey, I'm back. I got my... Look at this. Look how cool this is. Like, this is like the Monsters Inc. Scream tube thingy. I got a Lady Jester got it from me last year. That's... I love this.
He continued southbound.
It accelerated towards me. That is when I knew I had to use deadly force to stop the threat.
Using cardinal directions, can you describe for us which side of you the SUV passed?
Objection. What is cardinal?
I think that's gonna be one of my dumbest moments from Darrell. Like, he's asking what is cardinal. Like, I thought cardinal was a bird.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
The vehicle passed to the east of me.
Did you get a good look at the driver?
Yes, I did.
Do you see the driver in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, I'd ask Mr. Brooks please remove his mask for a moment.
Thank you for doing that, Mr. Brooks. His mask is off.
Can you identify the driver in the courtroom if you see him?
Yes, the driver is seated at the defense, wearing a blue tie and blue shirt underneath his suit jacket.
Does the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
The record will reflect the witness has identified the defendant as the driver of the vehicle he saw on November 21.
What happened after the vehicle passed you on your right?
I began firing at the driver of the vehicle, and as that happened, he ran over the barricades and ultimately left the parade route and continued southbound on Northwest Avenue.
West Avenue is how many blocks from Maple Avenue?
One block.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled.
You see a video on the screen in front of you?
Yes, I do.
We're going to play a few moments without any audio just to see if you recognize this video, okay?
Okay.
We've played 7 seconds for you. Do you recognize this video?
Yes, I do.
What does it show?
This is the vehicle that was driven by Darrell Brooks during the Christmas parade that drove past me and I shot at.
Objection. I don't consent to her being called that name, or nor do I identify it. I'm hearing third party. So
Your
I want that
objection
stated
is
for-
noted. It's overruled. The witness has previously identified you.
I want
Go
that
ahead.
stated for the record.
It's stated already. Shut up.
Ask your next question.
We'll watch the entirety of this clip with volume, please, at regular speed.
And again, I believe this. I believe that the only reason. Hello, Tony. Hey, nice to see you. It's been a while. The only reason why this officer missed those shots was because he knew how do you say this? He was looking out for the people behind Darrell Brooks, because if he shot too early, he could have hit some of the people that were in the parade. That's the only reason why he missed, in my opinion.
Okay. How many gunshots did you hear in that video?
3.
Is that consistent with your memory of the event?
Yes, it is.
Can we pull that back up at about the 10-second mark, please? Can you circle yourself for us? Okay, we can clear that, please.
Hello, Shayla. Nice to see you.
Can we slow this down with no audio? Slow it down to about 50%, please. And play from there. And we can pause it.
And let me back up a little bit. Like, look at this. Look at the barricades. Like, they're down there. Like, he makes such a big deal of these barricades, but you notice how no one else is going through the barricades? That's because they alert you that you don't have to be there.
And we can pause it. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, I do.
What does it show?
This shows the vehicle damage that I observed when I first saw the vehicle as it was coming towards me. This is the vehicle that was, again, driven the Christmas parade by Darrell Brooks.
Objection, I don't consent to being called that name again for the record.
No one is calling you that name. He just said Darrell Brooks. Who pointed at you and said that you were there? Like, let's hear that again.
Yes, I do.
What does it show?
This shows the vehicle damage that I observed when I first saw the vehicle as it was coming towards me. This is the vehicle that was, again, driven the Christmas parade by Darrell Brooks.
No one said anything about him right now. Like, he just admitted that he was driving that car. That SUV, I'm sorry. SUVs are not a car for him. But he was driving that. Him saying that just... he's so dumb. He's so dumb.
Objection, I don't consent to being called that name again for the record. I'm hearing third party.
The objection, it's on the record.
Does this appear to be a screenshot from the video we just watched, Exhibit 57?
It does appear so.
And again, this is then an accurate depiction of how the vehicle looked that day?
That is correct.
I move Exhibit 170 into evidence and ask to publish.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. Exhibit 170 is received. Permission to publish is...
Hello, Cassandra. Good afternoon.
Granted.
Is this an accurate depiction of how the vehicle and the driver looked to you that day?
Yes.
Move Exhibit 169 into evidence and ask to publish.
Objection.
Exhibit 169 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Objection.
Noted. Overruled.
Like, there he is. Like, there's no way that you cannot tell that that is Darrell Brooks. Like, it's right there. Like, I know YouTube downgrades the quality of video, so it looks a little blurry, but you can, like I'm gonna do this. Let's go CSI on this, and I'm gonna zoom in. Let's zoom in more. Enhance. Look at that. Even with the blurry picture, I can tell that is Darrell Brooks. There's no getting out of it.
We're going to play a few seconds of this, give you a chance to see if you recognize it, okay?
Okay.
What does it show?
It shows pretty much what the last video showed, just from a different point of view from that same intersection.
You stated initially that you had heard.
Oh my God, he has the right button. He like the suit looks awful, and if you guys know me, you know that I don't like Darrell Brooks suits, but he actually has the right button. Dude, done. Like, wow.
Some radio calls about a possible altercation at Frame Park.
That is correct.
Do you recall what the initial report of that was?
My recollection of that was that there was a call for service. It was either a domestic or some sort of physical altercation along the riverfront in Frame Park, and that there was a male with armed with a knife, and that he was fleeing from the area.
Do you recall if there was ever a knife recovered or a suspect recovered in that supposed incident?
Nah, I haven't fixed Rory. I don't really like the thought of doing that, but maybe I should do it. I don't know.
Do you mean like how much later do I know? Like what I know now?
At any time.
At any time.
Do you know if there was a suspect, I guess I would say, apprehended or anything that was found with a knife, to your knowledge?
To my knowledge, I do not know if the suspect from that incident, which was you, was located with a knife.
You, what do you mean?
You, Darrell Brooks. I know you were the suspect in that incident, and I know you were taken into custody.
Hey, Tony, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that we can all gather and hang out together. That's what it's all about. Thank you for being here. Just sit back, grab a drink.
Approximately 30 to 40 minutes later, I do not know if you were armed when you were taken into custody.
I'll let the record reflect that I do not identify by that name, nor do I know any individual by that name. I'm here in third party.
The record's noted, although the jury will disregard the comments, they are not evidence in this case. Next question, please.
At the time, you said, did you respond to that incident at the park?
No.
So how can you know who was involved with it if you didn't respond yourself?
Because you stated at any time this investigation took a long time to complete, and from this investigation we determined that you were the suspect in that investigation.
You determined that?
I did not, no.
Okay.
Okay.
You weren't sure where other officers were stationed, but you gave an approximate estimate. Would that be fair to say?
That is correct.
And would that have been officers stationed at different cross streets?
That is correct.
Do you know if those cross streets were barricaded?
I know that there were barricades across numerous intersections for the parade route. That's how we shut down traffic in the downtown area for parades.
So pretty much every side street is barricaded?
I can't give you specifics on what streets were barricaded, but yes, the vast majority of streets are barricaded to stop traffic for the parade route.
Can you pull up Exhibit 1?
Oh yeah, I mean, Rory, I mean, if anything happens to Rory, I will lose it. I don't know. I can't even fathom the thought of her being sad. Like, I remember my like, Rory is a girl, you know? So the first time that she was, I don't know, getting that time of the month, she was really sad. She wasn't like herself. She wasn't eating, and I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I was pretty much holding her and crying. But then after a visit to the vet, she explained that she was just being a puppy, being a girl puppy, and it was that she was fine. But I remember what I felt at that moment, and you can never, you're never ready for a pet to be ill.
Can you see? Well, I know you can. Can you see the red lines on this map that we're looking at?
Yes.
And what do those red lines constitute?
Barricades.
So would it be fair to say that there's a red line at every cross street that we can see on this map? That would be.
Do you mean along the parade route or the
along
entire map?
along the parade route, starting at East Main Street. There's a red mark.
Like I get it, Tony. Like do I look 5'9" and 160 pounds? I don't know if that was like was he offended that he was he was saying that he was 5'9" and 160? Because I'm 5'10", 175 pounds, and I don't know. I think I look pretty good for that. So I don't know if he was saying that 160 pounds was bad.
Oh, I didn't mean to put that arrow. Can we clear that? I was trying to put like a little dot. Starting there, there's a red line there. There's 2 at Buckley.
Well, hold on. You're testifying now. You gotta ask a question. So the juror will disregard that.
Are there 2 at Buckley?
Yes.
Is there one at Martin Street?
Yes.
Is there one at is there 2 at Barstow Street?
Yes.
1 at Gaspar?
Yes.
1 at North Grand and 1 at West Broadway?
There's 2 at West Broadway.
Well, it's one is on the closer to where it says North Grand, and one is on the other side of the star right there. This is what I'm referring to.
Okay. Yes, there are 2 right
Clear
there.
that?
Please clear that, Madam Clerk.
So there's 2 there.
Yeah.
There's 2 at Clinton Street. Can you see those 2?
Yes.
There's 1 at Maple Avenue. Can you see that one?
Yes.
And there's 1 at.
What is the point of this? I'm gonna. He says nothing with this.
Correct. Yes.
Barricades at all those streets.
Yeah.
Yes.
So would it be fair to say if someone wanted to exit the parade route, they would essentially be blocked in by the officers and barricades?
No.
There are barricades at these streets we can see. Would that be fair to say?
No.
So it's not fair to say that there's barricades at these streets?
It's fair to say that there's barricades at the streets.
So essentially, if someone was leaving the parade route, can they just go right through the barricades?
Based on the previous videos that we just were shown.
Not based on the previous videos.
Well, based on what? We just saw the videos and you ran through the barricades.
If someone was leaving the parade route, can they just go down these streets that are barricaded? Can they just drive right out of there?
Yes.
Yes, the video showed that.
How when it's barricaded?
Because barricades are not like a field force where if you run into the air that is between the barricades, you're gonna stop. They're just plastic things that you put on the ground. Why is this so hard to understand? Like it's not like do you ever watch one of those videos about those little tubes that come off the ground so you cannot pass? Pylons? Are they called pylons, I believe? Like, let me look this up. Ground pylons. Is that what they call the little things? No. I don't know. Those things that you put on the ground so you cannot pass. They're not like those. They're just plastic things.
As the video were shown earlier, the vehicle went right through the barricade.
Well, you asked the question. You have to let him answer that he's giving you the reason. You asked him how. He's explaining it.
There's plenty of ways to get off the parade route. You can stop after being given lawful orders by officers, and they could have directed you off the parade route in a safe manner. You could have stopped the vehicle at any point, or you could have driven through plastic barricades like you did at Northwest Avenue, where I was located. So yes, you can drive through plastic barricades.
The you refer to as who?
Darrell Brooks, you, the person that's talking.
The you? And how did you come to the conclusion of that name as...
I'm thinking of Bollard. Bollard. Crash. Like this. He believes that if you go through those barricades, you're gonna go into this. Like, this is what happens for him in his mind. Like, how can you go through that? Like, there's a lot. I like watching these videos because people get. I think this is like
Bollards in Watford, which shot to fame because drivers kept hitting them, are in the spotlight again. This time it's because the road was finally widened to make it easier to drive through. But some drivers are still struggling, and it's been caught on camera. Here's Jim Weeble.
These bollards have been on Watford's Woodmere Avenue for the last 10 years to improve road safety.
Like, that's what Darrell Brooks is wants the barricades to be.
You stated that you couldn't see past this building here, which you said is the Wisconsin house. Would that be fair to say?
Well, that's a compound question, so you need to rephrase that, sir.
You state clear this right there.
Please? Is that a please?
Can you clear this circle and arrow right here? That's.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
You stated that from where you were positioned that you couldn't see around that building. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
You said after a few minutes, you noticed something was going on. Do you recall from the reports how long this vehicle traveled along the parade route? An estimate of the time that it traveled down the parade route?
Who cares?
I do not know how long the vehicle was on the parade route for. If I had to estimate, I would estimate approximately 1 to 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes, maybe.
Would you say it's fair to say that that's relatively a short amount of time?
I would agree with that.
So what do you mean by after a few minutes you noticed something was going on?
Because after a few minutes, what I meant by that was the initial call for service at the boat launch, or for that domestic fight in Frame Park. From that time frame, from when squads were responding to there to the time that I had shots fired, that is what I mean by a few minutes. So you have to take into account the time for squads responding to that call.
Yeah.
I don't know police protocol, so just asking.
Then why are you asking? If there is no point on what you're saying, why are you asking? Ah.
Mr. Brooks, please ask your next question.
I'm getting to it.
No, right, but I have to advise the jury to disregard the comment because it's not testimony.
Well, let's go to I believe it's Exhibit 57. One more second, if you could. There, can you pause it there? Would it be fair to say that those are barricades that are laying in the street there?
Yes.
Correct.
Any idea why they were not standing up?
Yes, I do.
What would be the reason?
It was very windy that day, so when they were standing up how they normally are, they kept on blowing across the street. So we tilted them on their sides so they wouldn't get blown across the road, and they would still stay up there and block traffic.
They would be able to block traffic by...
Oh, you have a Great Dane? That's awesome. Those are really nice. I love all dogs, but those are good. Yeah, really. I hope that the Yorkie gets better soon. I can't. One of the things that irks me the most is when animals are bad. I like all puppies happy, cats happy, everything. Every animal should be happy.
Laying down.
Yes, they serve the same purpose.
But they would be able to block traffic by laying down.
Yes.
I guess I don't understand what your question is here.
Would it be much more easier to see them if they were facing upright than laying down?
No.
I think the height difference between them laying down and being upright is probably quite minuscule, because as you see, the legs that are now up in the air are approximately the same height as what the bar would be if they were standing up how they normally are.
And you come to that conclusion how?
Based on my training experience after deploying barricades on numerous events and working several parades in my work history.
So you would estimate that a barricade facing upright and the barricade laying down would be the same height?
Yeah.
Approximately.
Can you bring it back to 10 seconds? It looks like you're firing your weapon right there. Would that be fair to say?
I do not know if I have pulled the trigger yet or not. I don't believe.
The Great Dane is the Great Dane is the same weight as me. I don't know what a Pyrenees is. Let me look that up. Pyrenees. Pyrenees dog. Ah, that's a good dog.
I believe I have.
You were ready to fire at that point.
That's correct.
Do you recall what you were aiming for?
Yes, I do.
Can you state for the record and for the jury?
You, Darrell Brooks.
Again, you make reference to the you and the name.
Yeah.
How did you come to that? Seeing as how.
Like that's another one of his multiple things. That seeing as how, what if anything, like I have to make like a dictionary for all of this.
You just testified to that you couldn't see anything before what you call the Wisconsin house. Would that be fair to say that you testified to that?
That's correct.
So how could you determine at this time right now where we're looking at that you knew the suspect's name and the driver? Because you keep referring to you and then you saying the name. How did you have that information at this point that's paused right here that we're looking at?
I didn't say at that time I knew your name.
Yeah.
You referred to the name. Did you not?
He always tries to do this confusion tactic of saying, I was asking if at that time when you shoot me, you knew my name. He's like, no. Then why you know my name now? Well, that's because I'm looking at you right now, and I know your name. And then he's like, but I'm asking you about the video. And it's like, yeah, but I'm here.
That's correct.
So how were you able to obtain the information about a name?
I did not know your name at the time I shot at you.
Thank you.
Who's the you you're referring to?
Darrell Brooks.
Again, you say a name that you haven't answered how you came to that information. Were you told this?
Yes.
Yes.
By whom?
I do not know who told me. Ultimately, I just know that throughout the course of the investigation, you
Also, Super Kelly, I don't know if you are in the Discord, but I need to see I need to see those dogs. I'm really curious about them. If you have any pictures, and if you are in the Discord, I will love to see those dogs. Here's the link.
your name, you were arrested within 30 or 40 minutes, and you were identified as Darrell Brooks, who was the suspect in this incident.
So you either had to hear that name from either a report that you heard or someone told you. How did you come to the conclusion of the name?
I'm assuming someone at the police...
Hey, hello, XQ. How are you? Beer where your
department told me your name.
And you don't recall who that was?
No.
Even though you can cite the name so clearly and identify it and keep stressing it and stressing it, and you don't recall how you learned the information of the name?
That is correct.
So is it fair to say that you're just using the name based off what you're told and not what you were aware of?
What are you asking me?
Is it fair to say that you're identifying this name based off of what you told and not what you knew?
No, I'm saying the name based on the fact that you are now, you were arrested for this incident. You were identified during this incident, and because of that investigation, that is how we know your name.
Hello, Annette. Detroit, Michigan. Hey, that's the hometown of Darrell Brooks. Good to see you here. Welcome.
Would it be fair to say, and obviously you said you've been in law enforcement for 7.5 years, correct?
Correct.
I'm sure you've done a lot of investigations in that 7.5 years. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
So you do understand that during a police investigation, any suspect is innocent until proven guilty. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
And so with that knowledge, why are you so eminent about...
Why are you so eminent? Why are you so eminent? So he goes through all the classics right here. Why are you so eminent?
The name of the suspect that you just testified to not being aware of at the time. That you testified to.
Oh, I'm sorry, 9. I'm sorry. That's really sad.
In fact, being told.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm confused by your question. Can you say it again?
I think it was clear, but I'll say it again.
Thank you.
Well, I'll say it this way. You testified to not being aware of the suspect's name at the time.
Correct.
You also testified to being told of the name, correct?
Correct. I don't know how I came about your name. I would assume it was through the investigation at the police department.
How do you say?
And were you?
Like I'm foreign. Like adamant. How to say?
Adamant.
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 In fact, part of that investigation?
No, I was not.
So it would be fair to say that by you using a name, you would not be short. How can you be short?
I'll object.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
It's been asked.
You can tell that the judge was so done. She was waiting for someone to object to anything.
It's been answered. It's argumentative. The objection is sustained. Please ask your next question.
Move on.
When asked about what you were aiming at when you fired, you didn't give a definitive answer. You were aiming for the driver?
I felt like I gave a pretty definitive answer. My answer was you, Darrell
You were aiming
Brooks.
for the driver?
Yes.
You.
It's pretty definitive. I identified the person I was shooting at.
What part of the driver's body could you see when the vehicle passed you?
When the vehicle was approaching me, I could see the silhouette of his face and upper portion of his body.
Can you describe what you mean by silhouette?
The upper portion.
Here we go. Silhouette. Red Beer's full laugh. Yeah, he's making a. Katie, guess you speak English far better than Brooks. Oh, thank you. I mean, I know that Brooks is a low bar, but I'll take the compliment. Pros are awesome, they'll bring you gifts. Why is so obsessed with people that knew his name? Because he's trying to say that he wasn't him.
Of a person's body, I would say, from maybe chest, shoulders, and head and face.
You said silhouette, though. What is a silhouette?
The outer portions of what would be like your shoulder down, your arms to your chest. The silhouette would be the outer portion of it.
That would be the upper half, not the silhouette. What do you mean by
that's not what she means.
Silhouette.
The objection is sustained. It's Mr. Brooks is not asking a question. It was argumentative. The jury can certainly decide what that means, but he's answered the question.
Would it be fair to say that that would be equivalent to a profile?
Sure.
What do you mean by a profile?
A profile would be...
Hello, Tina Marie. Someone already did. What is... Super Kelly. I think she mailed a dictionary for him. Thank you for being here, Tina.
Sort of like a side angle view.
Like the profile, like this.
Would it be fair to say that a silhouette would be more of an outline that would be kind of similar to a profile?
What are you talking about? Oh, it's the same thing. Why are we arguing about a word?
I don't know exactly what you're asking here, but I can tell you when the vehicle was driving towards me, I could see your face, and then as the vehicle drove to my right, yes, then I saw the side of your face, and so then, yes, as a vehicle passes you, you see different portions of the driver, I guess you could say.
And so you aim towards what you can see?
Correct.
So that would be the upper part, as you say, you said the shoulder, you made I think it was your left hand pointing to your right shoulder, shoulder and up, silhouette, as you say?
That is what I could see when you were driving at me. You asked me what I could see of you, and that is what I could see of you in the vehicle when you were approaching me.
The question now, though, is that what you aimed for?
Yes.
I was aiming at you, yes.
At what you can see?
Yes, I could see you.
I was aiming at you in the driver's seat, yes.
Yes.
Shoulder, as you pointed to, and up, correct? Would that be fair to say?
Everything.
Yes.
Firing a weapon of your caliber, would any of those shots be kill shots?
Hey, we're not gonna start talking about the caliber of this officer's weapon. Like I'm not gonna get into that. Apparently, Brooks knows what caliber this guy's weapon is.
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that firing a kill shot at anyone would terrify him?
I'm sure
So he's scared now.
being shot at is terrifying. Yes, it is.
Judging based on what you see that you testified to, a silhouette from about here that you pointed to, from the shoulder, using your left hand, you pointed at your right shoulder from here.
I should make this. Is this a thumbnail? Hello, Nancy. I'm gonna make this a thumbnail.
Up. And you just acknowledged that any one of those 3 shots could have been kill shots.
Sure.
Would it be fair to say that you were aiming to kill?
No.
Shooting to kill, rather. Not aiming to kill, but shooting to kill.
No.
So, in your estimate, what do you think you would have hit if you just testified to saying that you aimed at the driver? What were you estimating to hit?
Well, my intention was to shoot you in the upper portion of the body. However, my intention was not to kill you. My intention was to stop the threat that you were posing to everyone in the downtown area at the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
You keep referring to the you again. Well, that's not a question, so.
What?
By your estimation, acknowledging that those were kill shots, if you connected with any of those shots, is it possible the driver could have been killed?
Yes.
And would it be fair to say that that's deadly force?
Yes.
Do you think it would have been possible to aim at the tire of the vehicle?
Why?
No.
Why not? Would shooting the tire of the vehicle not stop the vehicle?
No, it would not have.
Hello, Robin. Glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by.
So a blown tire would, to your estimation, a blown tire would not stop a vehicle from moving?
No.
No, it will not.
This is not a video game.
It'll just keep on. It won't even slow down?
No.
That is correct. I'm trained to stop the threat. You were the threat. The vehicle was not. The vehicle was the weapon in which you used. So that is why I shot at you.
There's the you again. Pretty clever.
Pretty clever.
Could you have? Well, you testify that you're trying to stop.
Feminine-looking fingers. I mean, these are my fingers. You guys think those are feminine? I don't know. I work with my hands a lot, most of my life, so they're kind of used.
The threat. And so, would it be fair to say that that training constitutes shooting kill shots?
Well, we are trained in deadly force, and when we are presented with a deadly force incident, yes, we have to sometimes make that difficult decision and use deadly force.
Have you ever used deadly force before that incident?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Were you injured in any way during the incident?
No, I was not.
So, why did you feel the need at the time, not knowing the full extent of what was happening, to use deadly force?
Because as I previously stated, based on the fact that the radio traffic for people screaming for ambulances, and as different officers were getting on the radio, and it was progressively moving further and further westbound towards me on the parade route, that, and then officers saying someone was hit, the amount of vehicle damage, I knew the vehicle had been striking pedestrians in the roadway, and because of that, that's a deadly force incident. So that is why I deployed deadly force.
So you said you knew what the vehicle had, and you knew.
Yes.
You said it multiple times, you knew.
Yes.
How could you know if you could not see around the position that you were positioned in? How do you know that?
Because based on the speed of a vehicle on a closed roadway during a parade, and people running out of the way so they did not get run over right in front of me. Between all of those things, I knew what had just happened, and that is why I had to take action.
And you knew based on the radio reports?
I would say everything that I had just previously described, all of that encompassing, yes, that led up to my decision making into yes, now I knew what had happened.
But you do recall that no one was struck from the time you saw the vehicle?
Right.
Yes, after looking back, after videos later on throughout the investigation.
No. From what you saw, from which you observed with your own eyes.
No, I can't recall ever seeing someone hit right in front of me. No, I do not recall that.
And you still made the decision to shoot to kill?
That's correct. Actually, correction, I shot to stop the threat. If ultimately you would have been killed from that, that is a possible outcome.
But you did testify that there were kill shots, did you not?
Objection. Argument.
Sustained. It's also been asked and answered in multiple ways.
Do you recall what your shots hit, if anything?
Yes. Later on, throughout the investigation, when I gave
at the time, not later on. At the time where you fired the shots.
Mr. Brooks, you asked a question. He was attempting to answer it, so you have to let.
I was trying to give him clarification on what I mean.
But you have to let him answer the question that you asked, and if you feel the need for follow-up, then you can do that, or ask a very specific question.
I believe it was 3 days after the incident. That is when I gave my voluntary statement to Detective Kirby and Detective Casey, and upon completion of that statement, I asked them if they could share any information with me, and during that conversation I was shown a picture of the vehicle and where my rounds struck the vehicle.
You stated you asked them for any additional information that they could give you.
Correct.
So it would be fair to say at that time you still didn't have a lot of information. Would it be fair to say that?
That is correct. I didn't know where my rounds had struck.
Yeah.
Previous to that.
So if there was information that you're acknowledging that you had no knowledge of, which would be essentially the reason why you would ask if they can volunteer more information to you, then how would there be any way of knowing if you struck the suspect?
Objection.
Grounds.
Yeah, this officer was great. Thank you, Nancy, for saying that I don't have feminine fingers. I appreciate that. Yeah, but this officer was really good for what he did. To tell you the truth, he's great.
Sustained. It's a compound, confusing question for you to be ready.
You said you made a statement during your testimony that you had learned that the suspect was not injured. Do you recall who you learned that information from?
I believe Detective Stern was at our substation with Darrell Brooks after taking him into custody, and I was shown a photo at that point, and I know I had asked if he sustained any injuries or if anyone else had sustained any injuries from my use of force.
So you weren't sure at that point?
No.
You weren't sure?
I was not certain at that point. I can't describe it any more than it was just pure chaos. And at that point I did not know if anyone else was injured from my rounds, or up until I was confirmed that you were not injured. At that point, no, I did not know if anyone was hurt until I was told that.
So would it be fair to say that, and as you just stated, you were unsure if the suspect or anyone else was injured?
Right.
Would it be fair to say that there was a possibility because you did not know for certain?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Asked and answered. Next question.
Yeah, those were the grounds.
Were you able to make out a license plates from the vehicle when he passed you?
So when I spoke with other officers, that's when I explained to them that I was the one that had shot. It was not a suspect shooting, it was me. And that the vehicle in question was a red Ford Escape. And I must have provided a license plate to Detective Casey during that debrief on scene. I did not know about that until about 2 days later when I gave my statement to Detective Kirby and Detective Casey, because that is when I was informed by Detective Casey that I had actually provided him a correct license plate, but I don't remember that.
Hello, Glenn. How are you? Great to see you here. Yeah, he's just playing games in order to try to catch him off guard.
Any reason why you didn't mention the license plate in your report?
Because like I stated, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
So it'd be fair to say if you don't remember it, then it's a possibility that you didn't get the license plate number.
What?
I would say that if Detective Casey is telling me that I told him on scene during a traumatic incident that I provided him the license plate of the vehicle, I'd have to believe that Detective Casey is correct. There's many things that you do not remember during a traumatic incident, and I believe that's because your brain prevents you from remembering everything.
Yeah, that's fair. Trauma.
So you would describe it as a traumatic incident that you do recall using deadly force and recalling what you was aiming for, but not the license plate or anything else like that.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Would it be fair to say that because you describe it as a traumatic event, that there was a lot of things that you probably don't recall about the incident?
I would agree with that. I would think that there's a lot of things when I started going up West Main Street and started seeing the absolute destruction. I know there's things that I did and saw that I don't really remember, and I don't really want to remember.
Yeah.
Will one of those possibly be the suspect that you keep naming?
No.
And how did you come to the knowledge of the make and model of the vehicle when on the exhibit that was shown, you only had interaction with it for a few seconds? How were you able to make out the make and the model of the vehicle?
Because that vehicle model has been out for quite some time, and I'm halfway decent with vehicles, and I readily recognize that it was a Ford Escape.
So you've seen many Ford Escapes?
Yes.
And you said the model has been out for some time, so what do you mean by that? Do you mean
it's 2022 now, and that Ford model was approximately...
Yeah, I think she's seen the trial. I would be surprised if you haven't seen the trial, because it's... I do believe that she needs to hear and all that happened there.
A 2008-ish to maybe a 2011, 2010-ish, so yeah, they've been out for over a decade.
And how did you come to that knowledge of the estimate of the years that the model could have been? Would you agree that that's pretty difficult to know just off the bat?
No.
Would that be fair to say?
No.
No.
So it would be pretty easy to tell the make and model in year of a vehicle just by looking at it?
Sure.
That is correct.
So it'd be fair to say if someone had a vehicle right here in front of you, you'd be able to tell just by looking at it for a couple of seconds the make, the model, and the year?
Depending on what vehicle it is, yeah, quite likely. I'm decent with vehicles.
What do you mean by decent?
I can recognize many vehicles that are manufactured. Part of being a police officer is dealing with vehicles. We run a lot of vehicle registration plates, so when you match the registration to a vehicle on a response, you become very well accustomed to the many different vehicles that are manufactured.
Did you at any time see the registration of the vehicle that passed you?
Like I stated previous, I debriefed with Detective Casey during the incident, and he stated that I gave him a registration number, a registration plate for it. I do not recall giving him that registration plate, but Detective Casey informed me that I provided him a correct license plate for that vehicle.
Would it be fair to say that a registration kit would it be fair to say that that automatically links to the make and model and year of the car? Would it be fair to say that? That if you rent, or if we're judging by the license plates, if you were conducting a stop, and to do that you will have to run the license plates.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that all that information would come up in your computer when you run the license plate? That'd be fair to say?
You had a lot of questions right there. So
okay, let me back up then. So if you were conducting a traffic stop,
okay,
and you pulled up the license plates of the vehicle that you were stopping,
okay,
would the information registered to that vehicle show in your computer?
If the license plate is actually accurate and current to that actual vehicle, yes.
Did you have a system or any equipment that could have?
He's trying to say that if the officer would have put the information of his car, then that's how he would have known the name and all that. But he didn't have it on the moment, so who cares about this line of questioning? This is so exhausting. All right. How long do I have? Okay, it's almost done. Okay, we're gonna finish with this interview, and then I'm gonna
learning the make,
wrap it
model,
up.
And year of the vehicle.
If anyone has any questions, Laura, we are about to wrap up.
I was on
but
foot
thank
with
you
no
for
other
being
equipment.
Here. If anyone has any question, last minute questions, something that for me to address, I'm all ears.
So is it fair to say that you did not know that information until later, when you were told by Detective Casey or another detective?
No, because like I previously stated, I can recognize vehicles pretty well, and I knew it was a Ford Escape, and I knew the approximate year of it.
You did testify that, and you can also see from the exhibit video, that the front end of
Was the levee dry, XQ?
The vehicle was damaged. Would that be fair to say?
That is correct.
And you can still make out the make and model and year of the vehicle with extensive damage?
That is correct.
Could you see the emblem of the vehicle at that point?
I don't recall if I saw an emblem or not. I know the body style of the vehicle, and I knew it was a Ford Escape.
Would it be fair to say that many SUVs have the same type of body build?
I'm sure some vehicles do look similar.
So that would it be fair to say that there's a possibility that you could not make out the make and model and year of the vehicle, especially with it being extensively damaged to the front?
No, I was confident that it was a Ford Escape.
Yeah.
Did you notice any tints on that vehicle?
The front windshield that I looked through, I know was not tinted, or it was not tinted enough to not make me recognize you.
You don't recall, though, for sure, if there were any tints to any windows of the vehicle you saw?
Well, all windows are tinted to some extent. It just depends on to what percentage of tint that they come with. So
here we go. This is another dumb moment for Darrell. Like, it's so annoying.
I'm sure there is tint on the windows because vehicles.
Hello, Rice Pat. I don't know why you are unsubscribed. Like, I've been noticing that. Like, sometimes I lose 1 or 2 subscribers a day, and I don't know why. I mean, it's fair. No one has to keep being subscribed to me, but sometimes I wonder why.
Come from the factory with some level of window tint. So I guess to your question, was there any window tint? I'm sure there was, but not to a degree that would prevent me from seeing who was driving it.
Explain what you mean by tint percentage.
So there's
cares?
different varying degrees of tint that you can put on vehicles.
Can you elaborate for the jury?
For the jury.
Rounds.
I'll overrule the objection. Mr. Brooks, please ask your question again.
You stated that all cars come from the manufacturer with some level of tint, but you made a reference to percentage.
Correct.
Can you elaborate on percentage? What would constitute a darker tint versus a lighter tint?
Well, you've asked two questions now, so which one do you want him to answer first?
The last one, I'm sorry.
So you're asking about lighter
About the tint
versus darker.
percentage. About the tint percentage.
So like a 50% tint would be a lighter tint than like a 35% tint.
So the lower the percentage, the darker the tint.
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you know of the make and model of the vehicle that you saw that day? Would you know if those model vehicles come from the manufacturer with any tint?
To be honest with you, I don't work for Ford, so I don't know if they come with tint, but I would assume, as most vehicles, when they come from the factory, they come with some sort of tint. I believe usually the front is approximately 50% tint, and the rears are usually, I think, 25 or 30 or something like that.
So from your knowledge, the backer windows are usually coming from the manufacturer, maybe a little bit darker than the front.
Correct.
And you know, this is the edited down version. Like, San Antonio had the big heart of editing down all of this trial, so every one of us could enjoy it better. But in reality, can you imagine how long this took? Like, this edit, it's for 50 minutes. 50 minutes of him just talking.
Questions.
So the barricades that we saw
that's done.
At the intersection.
The only thing that I want to see is this question that he has right here.
Overruled.
What's going on with that front passenger window?
This is great.
It looks
Objection leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
It looks like it's rolled down.
So if someone had, before this incident, painted that window black, covered it in a black paper bag, and taped it up with duct tape, and then rolled the window down, would that have prevented you from seeing through the front passenger window?
Objection, speculation.
No.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Who was the person depicted in
Boom! I love that. That's if I make a list of most savage counters by the state, that's one of them. Like that destroyed Brooks, and I love it. All right, everyone, that's gonna be it for the stream today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for watching my videos. As you know, I'm trying to aim for 3 to 4 videos a week. This week I may go more because there's a lot of stuff that I need to catch up with, but at least 3 videos I'm gonna be out this week. So thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to let you guys know that you matter. I'm glad that you're here, and I want you to have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.